No, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, that requires sort of technique to get that sort of
Yeah, yeah.
falsetto voice. Not everyone can do that.
Who was the chick who did that?
You know, she was a Lebanese a singer, very
Yeah.
attractive Lebanese, because as most Lebanese women are, of course. And
Is
blonde,
there any other
blonde,
kind?
blue-eyed, and
Yeah.
so she came to my studio, and it's a funny story because I went up to her.
Yeah.
I was in Karachi, and I just happened to overhear her singing at a local hotel. She'd come in for a show.
Oh, really?
And I was like, wow, this is just what I'm looking for. I was recording the song, and I was like, wouldn't it be great if I could get an Arabic singer in there?
Yeah.
And I was like, awesome. So I walked up to this woman, this beautiful singer,
Yeah.
and I pulled out my, Haroon card,
Yeah.
and I was like, hi, you have a beautiful voice. I was just listening to you sing, and I'm a, well-known singer here in Pakistan, and I've done this great song, and it'd be an honor if you could, record with me in the song, if you could sing with me.
Yeah.
And she looked at me,
Yeah.
looked very upset, said, no!
What?
And I was like, whoa. So then again, I said, maybe, I kind of smiled at her and said, listen, it's a song, and it'd be, great if you could maybe come down to the studio and just have a listen at least. And
Yeah,
she
yeah.
goes, no! And I was like, whoa. And then she started, calling somebody across in Arabic.
Did she call security?
Yeah, somebody,
Yalla, yalla.
her manager came across and
Yeah.
he goes, yes, looking very angrily at me.
Okay.
Then I realized she didn't speak a word of English.
Oh, nice.
So the strange guy, I was giving her a card. She's like, who's this Dutch guy giving me a card? And she's like, no. So that's how we got off. That's how we started off that, sort of friendship. And then I, through the translator, I explained to her.
All right.
And she goes, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. And I'm not trying to hit on you. I just want you to
I
sing
bet she
my
got
song.
a lot of cards, and she's like,
She was in Pakistan,
no,
another one saying, hey, baby.
Here's my card.
Yeah. So I was like, she goes, well, I don't know. I have to hear the song. And
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not here long. I'm leaving in a day after tomorrow.
Right.
I said, well, come down to the studio. She goes, I'll come in the morning. So she came down.
So you had a studio in Karachi?
Yes, I had my own recording studio.
So she came over.
She came over, and she had to listen to the song. She goes, I love it. Awesome. Plus, I'm doing it. I'm just going to go home, warm up. I'll come back at 2 p.m. She came in, just like a one-take thing she did. She was fantastic. So
Zabardast.
Yeah.
Very good. That's an interesting story. Now you've got a brand new song, which is not coming out tomorrow. It is coming out right now.
That's right, and here it is. And I'll sing it in its original form, which was just on the guitar. This is how I wrote it practically, and just filled in the lyrics a little. Oh mere Mola, oh mere Saya, kabhi to aa, tak mere Saya, beparwaya, kabhi to aa, kabhi to aa, kabhi to aa. Ghoom chhadakda, chhadakda, ghoom chhadakda, ghoom. Chhadakda, chhadakda, ghoom, chhadakda, ghoom, ghoom. Ghoom raha hai, tarakla, ishq tarakla, ghoom, ghoom, ghoom. Tarakda, tarakda, ghoom, tarakda, ghoom, ghoom. Oh mere mawla, oh mere saya, kabhi to aa, kabhi to aa, kabhi to aa.
Wow.
There we go.
Awesome. And here is the whole song in its entirety.
Friendly, so it's great.
So my friend came back from for Eid holidays, right? So he's he's on the Facebook and everything, right? So he started making status updates like, I'm gonna be up and I'm at the airport and I'm at JFK or wherever, or Chicago or whatever, O'Hare or Duluth or whatever. And then all of a sudden I see a picture with him and a shady looking guy and another shady looking friend. So I'm like, why did he post this picture up of the airport? And I look very closely and I see it's Ibn Haq. And there's a caption, I caught him. So
Great.
Dude, that happens a lot to you, right?
It does, and it's great when.
So what do? Do you do like the peace sign, or do you have like a pose?
Yeah,
to that,
it's
or
the blue steel look.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. No, that's maybe that was back in the day. That's so much now. Yeah.
Do you get sick and tired of that now, or?
No, it's great. I mean, of course, when you're like just out at some, you don't always want to bump into people.
But you do, right?
You do in the strangest of places.
Yeah.
You'll be in a swimming pool and someone will come and tap you on the shoulder like, yo, you'll be in a swimming pool in somewhere in LA or wherever,
And people recognize you.
People recognize you, and you're out with your friends somewhere. And
the
funniest thing is, I was standing in line. I was just got to LA, and my friends were like, "Hey, we want to take you out to a very nice nightclub."
Yeah.
It's like, sure. So I was standing in line with them, and just then, several guys turn around and say, "Oh my God, that's Haroon! Is it Haroon? Yes, it is Haroon!" And they start singing, "Tu mere liye jadoo ka chirag." And it's like, we're like, "All right, guys." And
did they do this step?
They didn't do later on when they got in. But yeah, so that was great.
I just got to tell everybody, I've cut a deal with Haroon. He's going to teach me how to dance after the show.
Absolutely.
Because you taught everyone in the band except for Asad, right?
No, I taught Asad too.
And
he was actually pretty good, and he can do it with his heavy guitar on too.
Yeah, I think he did something on Jadoo Ka Chirag.
Jadoo Ka Chirag. Actually, if you watch Mana Manuhat.
Yes, exactly.
Mana Manuhat. The same moves.
All three of you are doing
Then we went on tour in the UK, and we were doing a whole bunch of moves. So, some of them were from the band Kiss.
Yeah.
The guitar moves and everything, and so.
And then you did it on Mr. Fraudier as well, right? In the orange, green, and blue suits.
Blue suits. That's right.
Yeah. So. Now, you've been singing. It's you're into pop music, or would you call it rock music? Or mix?
I would say it's a mix. By and large, it's been more pop, I would say, over the years. But every album, I've dabbled in all sorts of like a sort of melange. It's like you listen to a song like Yada, it's got some aggressive rock guitars in there. It's got
so it's a mix.
Tablas, and it's got like a dance beat and a heavy bass line. So it's a mix.
And you made it cool in the 90s to actually dance to a Mili Nagma, Watan Kahani. I mean, that's awesome, right? So Awaz, Haroon himself as the persona made it cool. Well, you're the only person I know who can, entertain and perform like, dancing and singing at the same time, and that's what set you apart. Because I mean, the guys with Vital Signs were all like, okay, let's do this, right? Yeah. And then Ali Azmat and Janoon could only do this, right? And people can't see what I'm doing, but
headbanging, basically.
Yeah. But you actually brought out the moves, right?
I was like, there we go.
And you also did another thing. Although you're singing, pop music and rock music, and musicians have their aspirations, and you've been commercially successful, you've always made it a point, like always, on purpose, you go out attacking somebody. You got Mr. Fraudier. You got, not Pesa, but, it's a social commentary,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely,
Then you got Go Sabji Go.
Yeah.
Now, if those aren't political anthems, then I'm a monkey's uncle. Which I'm not. Okay. So, you got something like that on Haroon Ka Safar?
Go Sabji Go is one of the songs on Haroon Ka Safar, but I do have, there's a song called Javedam, which does take a sort of, it's talking to the downtrodden masses at this point.
Really?
And it's telling them, times are tough, but sort of keep the faith. Faith, not face. Keep the faith.
All right.
And it's got sort of like that sort of uplifting, positive sort of message.
And you do that on purpose. I mean, and you've been doing it forever, right?
You can't just ignore what's happening around you. You have to, when you write a song, what you're feeling is naturally what comes out. You're inspired by whatever you're feeling. If you're in a romantic mood, you're going to write a romantic song. If you're thinking of some attractive girl, then you're going to, write a Mehbooba type song or whatever. But when you, everyone's talking politics, and everyone has very strong views on it, and there's a lot out there that's wrong.
Yeah.
And people like myself, can be a voice, and people can, sort of learn from that or listen to that, the young people. So I feel it's like an obligation.